Okay. All right. Let's get it. Here we go. It's the Great Debate Show.
This is just uncalled.
More damage to the tap. Oh, somebody from behind the briefcase. Tiffy wide. Who are you in the post? What the hell is going on? Bianca Belair now.
Look at the power of the ESP.
And a KOD to Nia Jax. Nia's got it out. Tiffany Stratton now going up to Bianca Belair and sending her over the announce table. Let's go with the briefcase. Somebody's gonna cash in. Somebody's gonna cash in.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's how we will start off with the Great Debate Show. Grand Rising Kings and Queens. A good afternoon to some of you, depending on when you're going to listen. That is how we will start it off right there. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a new WWE Women's Champion, Tiffany Stratton. It's Tiffy time. Friday Night Smackdown. What a show last night. I'm your host, Jarvis Jeffries. Welcome back to the Great Debate Show. I'm live right now on YouTube, and it's a super Saturday, a sensational Saturday I hope you all are having. I just want to briefly come in here and talk about last night, Smackdown, the first Smackdown of 2025, the first 3-hour edition of Smackdown. It was a good show, all in all, for it to be a 3-hour show. They had more, time to, I guess slowly develop things and tease you or throw you off or give you hints at what was going to happen as the night transpired. Last night, Tiffany Stratton finally cashed in her Money in the Bank briefcase. As you can see, if you're watching me on YouTube right now, this briefcase has been behind me for the past several episodes, and it's been for a reason, because I knew the time was coming where she would cash it in. I didn't think that we would wait till WrestleMania. I didn't think that they would even wait till the Rumble. I thought that it could very well happen on Monday, January 6th, the first Raw on Netflix. However, they did it the first SmackDown on USA for the 3-hour show. It will be 3 hours for the foreseeable future. And that's what they were waiting on. We see that now. They were waiting on Tiffany Stratton to open up the new year before they done it. So Nia Jax is no longer the champion. She did, however, defend her title and retain before she lost in the cash in. So that's another notch under her belt as far as, her winning her championship reign. A lot of people didn't think much of it. Well, it's finally over, and they can calm down. I actually like Nia Jax since she's returned. I think she's been 10 times better, and I just don't think they handled her championship reign the correct way. And it was all for this, but I thought they could have went in another direction before they got to this. She didn't have a meaningful championship reign because she wasn't in, much of any good stories or angles with anyone. It was Tiffany being her sidekick, then Candice LeRae coming in, and, here we go. The rest is history. I will say this, though, and I don't want to start off with that. I want to work my way into it as I'll try to run through this as quickly as I can. The bottom line of this show, though, from SmackDown was that Nia Jax's championship reign has ended, but let's give her credit, and Naomi. Let's give her a lot of credit for the great matches that Nia Jax has had with Naomi. She has a lot. to do with that. She deserves a lot of credit for that. And I think that, yeah, Naomi has really put on some great matches with Nia Jax. And I think that really helped her. And it's some of the best matches that we've seen from her. Last night was probably one of the best matches from those two. Probably one of the best matches in their careers. And I thought that was something that we shouldn't overlook, even though it was all about Tiffany Stratton and her winning the championship. The things that Naomi has done to put everybody over and to, you know, put Nia Jax over and help her look the way she's looked. Because a lot of people don't think she's that good. But with talent like Naomi and the things that she's done, they just click for whatever reason. I'm not saying Naomi's one of the best women's wrestlers in the promotion or in wrestling as a whole, but she has a great chemistry or connection with Nia Jax, and they put on some great matches, and that was a great match last night that we saw between the two. Just wanted to say that. But look, the show started off, you know, of course, their 90-minute highlight reel or whatever. I mean, their 90-second highlight reel or 2 minutes or whatever of just updating you of what's going on, which is what AEW should do. And they still don't, I don't believe. But the WWE opened up the show with Cody. He opened up with a promo that was interrupted by Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre entered the ring and gave Cody Rhodes a hug, a long hug, to say that. And he just tells him that he's not here to hurt him. He's actually here to help him. And, you know, Cody responds with, you know, I would love to believe that. I would love to tell you to your face that you're one of the better wrestlers in this company. You came a long way. You've done good. You left and reinvented yourself. All the things that I had to do. And you're really killing it right now in the ring, on the mic with the promos. You're doing a great job. However, I don't trust you. I don't believe you. And that's what he tells him. He says he disagrees and he feels the tension in the ring between the two right now. So if you want this title, let's go. Let's do it. We can do it right now. Let's get it over with. I've got Kevin Owens on my mind right now. And right now, I ain't got time to be thinking about you, bro. That's what I saw. That's what he said. Drew McIntyre again told him that, hey, man, again, I'm not here to hurt you. And he says that, you know, he tells him, McIntyre tells Cody Rhodes that as similar as we are, you're going to need to see the truth. As similar as we are, you're going to see the truth one day. And as soon as we're gone, they're all going to forget us. He was talking about the fans. And he says that's why they don't even matter. It doesn't matter what they think. And again, I'm not here to hurt you. I'm here to help you. He slowly exits the ring. And he says, one more thing, Cody. You should watch your back. That's when Kevin Owens was there with the sneak attack. And he began to attack Cody Rhodes. And but Cody Rhodes had some fight back. And he started to get the best of Kevin Owens. And that's when the authorities arrived and showed up and broke them up. They're both separated in different corners. Cody Rhodes breaks out of that huddle, that scuffle that was going on. And he attacks Kevin Owens again. And he wants all the smoke. Cody is pissed. He's hot, and he is ready for whatever. He ain't got time for Drew McIntyre. He's trying to focus on Kevin Owens. But while McIntyre was face-to-face with him, he was like, man, if you want it, let's do it. Let's get it over with. But he let everybody know in the beginning of the show that he's not cleared to fight, which makes Kevin and Drew look even more heel because Kevin Owens continues to put his hands on Cody while he cannot fight, and he's not cleared to fight. But Cody Rhodes held his own. They ended the segment like that. Kevin Owens leaves. Cody Rhodes is pissed. He can't wait to get his hands on him. But they can't do that until the Rumble. They can't fight, actually, until the match at the Royal Rumble. So we move on. After that segment ended, we came back with Shinsuke Nakamura having a match with Andrade. I don't believe the United States title was on the line. But we know Shinsuke is the new United States champion. It was good to see him. Where are they going with this now that he won the belt from LA Knight? That remains to be seen. So he has the match with Andrade. Again, Andrade thinks that he should have gotten a shot at the United States Championship. Well, Carmelo Hayes should feel the same way. But they've got him doing something with Braun Strowman right now, and I won't get into that. These are some of the issues that I have with Triple H's booking. He's not perfect, but I do like what he's doing. But there's some things that he does that I question, and I hate to make it a race thing. But why is Andrade getting a match with Shinsuke? Why is he upset about not getting a United States title match? Last I checked, Carmelo was in that 7-match series with Andrade, and nobody won the 7th match. The best of the 7-match series, it was a disqualification. So Carmelo should have a bone to pick with the United States champion as well. Anyway, or LA Knight. So Shinsuke wins that match clean, and I have no problem with that because he's a darker version of himself. He's supposed to be even more dangerous, and watch out for him. He wins in a good match against Andrade clean, and then immediately that's when we see LA Knight, who we hadn't saw in quite some time. He was involved in a car accident that might have pushed some things back, or maybe they were stretching this until the new year. Who knows? But LA Knight shows up. He attacks Shinsuke Nakamura, and he says that, hey, you stole my title. And now there's going to be hell to pay. Things are about to get crazy. And he said what goes around comes around. And he's not talking about the flu. And he's not talking about whatever this cold stuff is going on right now in America. He is saying that it's going to be him stomping Shinsuke's ass to dust with everybody saying, you know the rest. L.A. Knight. Yeah. So there it is. L.A. Knight is not going to be involved with any kind of bloodline crap like some people suggested or thought would happen. He's going for his title. Now, I don't think he will get that title back because if he does, it doesn't make any sense to me. Why would Shinsuke Nakamura drop his U.S. title that quick back to L.A. Knight? What was the purpose of L.A. Knight losing it then? But evidently, this is what they're doing. They're going to at least make him chase for it right now. I guess they don't have anything else for Shinsuke Nakamura at the moment. I'm not sure. I think he should have been in a triple threat maybe with Andrade and Carmelo, since they both feel that they should have gotten it. But first things first, LA Knight does deserve a rematch. He was the rightful champion. He should get his shot back. Here we go. They kind of put a little pause in between that, but now he's back, and here he is. He's telling Shinsuke, yeah, things are about to get crazy around here until he gets his U.S. title back. Do you think he's going to get the title back, though? I see some people engaging with me here, and that really does help me here at the Great Debate Show. Helps us with the algorithm and everything. I appreciate it. I'm going to see if I can actually step over here and see what's being said right quick before I move on into the show. Andrew Bragg, I appreciate you being here, man. Let's see here. Don't look like anybody's really talking about much here. This has nothing to do with what I'm talking about, but okay, man, you're the best. When I'm sad, I watch your videos. Okay, Connor. Well, I appreciate you watching. I guess thank you for being sad right now. I don't know. I don't know. So that was a waste of time. Let me get back over here. Guys, be nice, man. 2025, there's no need to troll. There's no need to, talk your shit. I'm here just to, give an episode and a review of what happened on Smackdown. I do this on a weekly occasion, talking football, basketball, and all sports. If you're not here to engage with me about what this video and this content that I'm trying to create consists of, please go ahead somewhere with all of it. I'm at peace, and you're not gonna break that peace, whoever you people may be. Anyway, continuing with the show. Let's see here. So yeah, LA Knight, Shinsuke, we got that going on. We also had Pretty Deadly who were in the back, and they were talking to Apollo Crews about the sneak attack. And then Legado del Fantasma, they appear to tell Pretty Deadly that they're really some pretty little liars, and that they're ridiculous if they think that their lies won't come back to hurt them. They begin to scuffle. It was broken up by authorities and General Manager Nick Aldis. Nick Aldis said, actually, why don't you two stay so we can have a little chat of our own? Then they go to commercial break. That's what he said to Pretty Deadly. They come back from the break. They're interrupted by DIY. Nick Aldis just leaves. I don't know what you guys are up to, but I'm ready to get down to the end of this. Who attacked who? Should these people be the champions? Should this tag team deserve a championship? You know, so we got this triangle of tag teams going on right now in this angle, as DIY are the new tag team champions, and the Motor City Machine Guns aren't. So as that progresses, Nick Aldis kind of leaves the scene, and DIY kind of leads Pretty Deadly into believing that if they're still the tag team champions after Smackdown ends, because they have a tag team match with the Motor City Machine Guns, they want their rematch, they tell Pretty Deadly that, you know, in so many ways, they let them know that, hey, you will get a tag team title shot. We know what you want. This is what you want. But we still need to be the champions by the end of the night. And if we are, you'll get your wish. Your wish will be granted. So we know Pretty Deadly is going to do something to, you know, interfere in this match, or to make sure DIY is still the champions. We'll get back to how that went. Michin came out and had a match with Piper Niven. Michin beat Piper Niven in the match, of course. She won it clean, and it's obvious that she's going to be Chelsea Green's first opponent for the Women's United States Championship. Not a lot to talk about there, though. Chelsea Green, this is going to be her first opponent, obviously, and we don't expect her to lose that title this fast. So Chelsea Green will beat Michin at some point here. But yeah, Michin won that match against Piper Niven, and that's that whole angle with her and Chelsea Green. Okay, fast forwarding, the wise man, Paul Heyman, he entered the building. He appeared in the ring when they came back from the commercial break to give us a brief rundown on everything that has happened, basically, between Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa. And I mean, he went all the way back from WrestleMania 40. He even talked about how Roman Reigns lost the match. He gave Cody credit for taking advantage of a situation. But he didn't say that Roman Reigns, you know, cleanly lost that title. It was that he was trying to, you know, get revenge on Seth Rollins for Rollins coming out, and all of the chaos that went on in that WrestleMania 40 main event, which led to Cody taking advantage of that and getting the 1, 2, 3. That's how the wise man played that out. And I like how he done that. Still acknowledging his tribal chief. In his mind, he's still supposed to be the WWE Undisputed Champion then. So as he breaks down everything that has happened from last April to now, he talks about how Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa, since the loss of his championship and the beef over who's the real tribal chief and who should rightfully hold the Ula Fala, where all of this beef began. Solo comes out, interrupts him, tells the wise man, and it was very funny for him to hold his hand out, expecting Paul Heyman to give him that mic. When Paul Heyman is like, come on, man, don't make me do this. You're not my tribal chief. I don't have to do that. But he doesn't want to get put through that table again. So reluctantly, he gives Solo the title. I mean, the microphone. And Solo was hilarious to me. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people don't really care for him. They don't take him serious. But he is doing a great job, and he's very funny to me. So he asked the wise man to hold the Ula Fala. First Solo comes out and tells wise man that I think it's time you finally acknowledge the truth. And he asked the wise man, Paul Heyman, to hold the Ula Fala during the tribal combat match. He wants him to be out there and be involved. He wants him to hold that Ula Fala. And he wants him to put that Ula Fala around the neck of the winner of that match. Solo confirms again that if Roman Reigns wins that match in Tribal Combat Monday night on Raw, the Raw Netflix debut, he says he will acknowledge Roman Reigns is his tribal chief. But if he loses, which Solo reminds us that Roman Reigns will lose, Solo Sikoa says that he wants and expects Paul Heyman to be his new wise man. And he says that he will put that Ula Fala around his neck. And he says that he will be his wise man and he will own Paul Heyman forever. He gives the mic back to the wise man, and the wise man, something that we don't see often, was left speechless as he exits the ring. And I mean speechless. So we know Paul Heyman will be there Monday night. We don't have to worry about is he coming out with, Roman, or is he just going to be neutral? Maybe he does come out neutrally. I don't know. But he will be involved in this match, and he will be holding that Ulafala. And we know he's pretty much going to put that around Roman's neck. I'm almost for certain that'll happen. But who knows? We'll see. Moving on, DIY versus the Motor City Machine Guns, as I was telling you about. They had the match, the contest. Motor City Machine Guns trying to get their tag team titles back. They did not do that successfully because Pretty Deadly came out, interfered. Legado del Fantasma came out to get Pretty Deadly. They finished up on what happened, in the back earlier in the show. And as they get into a scuffle, they fall on Motor City Machine Guns, which breaks the hold on which they both had their opponents, DIY, about to tap out. Because of that, the bell rings. It's a disqualification or no contest, whichever one they're calling it. And that's how DIY remains the WWE US Tag Team Champions. And that's pretty much it for that. So we move on. Now, Pretty Deadly's going to want that favor back, too. They held their end. They held up their end of the bargain. So we'll see something with that coming up pretty soon. Fast forwarding, Nia Jax. She was in the back and she was asking, where the hell is Tiffany Stratton? I'm trying to prepare for my women's championship matches. She's nowhere to be found. Candice LeRae says maybe she got offended by some things that you said last week. But she's just extra sensitive these days. And you know what? You don't need her right now. Let's prepare for this match. And for you to go out here and retain your championship. So they go on to commercial. Come back from commercial. We see Carmelo Hayes in the back talking to Sami Zayn. They're talking about a whole bunch of nothing. Braun Strowman names comes up, so he's not there, but he reminds us, I'm with Braun right now. I got something going on with him. But he lets Sami Zayn know that he can get that work when he's done with Braun Strowman. Jimmy Uso and Jey Uso come up behind Carmelo Hayes, and they ask if they have a problem. And they reiterate that when Carmelo Hayes thought that they were actually there to help him, and he realizes who it is, and he sees them, Jimmy and Jay, side with Sami Zayn, and again, Carmelo doesn't want any smoke, so he kindly leaves, and as they're walking away, Jay bumps into Kevin Owens as they're about to make their way toward, I guess, the front of the arena or whatever. Their match is not until the main event. But Kevin Owens bumps into him and Jey Uso says, hey, Uso, you need to watch where you're going. And Kevin Owens says, you need to watch your back. So that's twice we've heard that in the same show. Drew McIntyre told Cody to watch his back, and immediately Kevin Owens was there to attack Cody. Kevin Owens tells Jey Uso he needs to watch his back, so that is for a reason. And I'm pretty sure he's saying that because Drew McIntyre will be waiting for Jey Uso at some point to attack him yet again. Because that looks like that's where they're going right now. Drew McIntyre and Jey Uso. So that's all we got from that. We keep going, fast forward. And Cody is in the back talking to Nick Aldis. Cody is pissed. He's hot because the general manager, Nick Aldis, is trying to keep Cody Rhodes on the shelf until Royal Rumble. They're going to do that. He won't have a match. Just enough appearances to keep you ready and hyped for their Royal Rumble match, Cody and Kevin Owens. And Cody says a whole bunch of things, but he also lets Nick Aldis know that Drew McIntyre has my attention. Let him know if he wants to be a part of Smackdown, he can come right ahead. I'm welcoming him in. And I'll beat his ass too. But as of right now, I'm ready for Kevin. I want Kevin. And anybody that looks remotely close to Kevin is going to catch a beat down. That's basically what he's saying. He was pissed. The baby face getting a little mean. That's what we saw. Then it was time for Nia Jax versus Naomi for the WWE Women's Championship. The best part of the night, in my opinion. And in the end, A good match, again, as I talked about with Nia Jax and Naomi, how good they've been doing with putting these matches together. It was a great match. It was a great ending. But at the end, when we heard it's Tiffy time, some of you were probably saying, oh no, here we go. Is she finally going to do it this time? And some people were like, man, some people might have wanted to take a bathroom break, change the channel, because they were like, I'm sick of seeing this. And they don't really believe that she's really going to cash it in, because she hadn't done it to this point. And it looked like that's exactly what it was, because she still didn't cash it in immediately. She used the briefcase to get rid of, she did enough for Naomi to get pinned. And she also did enough for Bianca Belair to get knocked lopsided. She did enough to get Bianca to help take take Nia Jax out also. It was brilliant, actually, the way she did it. It was absolutely brilliant. And at the end of the day, Nia Jax got the win. She got the win, but we thought that was going to be it. Nia Jax is the champion. Oh, that's what Tiffany Stratton came out here for again, only to distract Naomi, Bianca, and she's going to win this title, right? But again, that's not how it happened. As Nia Jax wins the title, Nia Jax gets her arm raised. Tiffany says, hey, go get her. Beat her up some more. So she attacks Bianca Belair. And then as she's doing that, that's when Tiffany, with the briefcase, hits Nia Jax from behind. Gets her down, or gets her stuck up on the rope. Bianca gets back, regains her composure, and she hits Nia Jax off the top rope with a beautiful KOD, the kiss of death. Now that's when you start to believe, Tiffany's really going to do this thing. So after Bianca helps Tiffany Stratton do that, Tiffany, very Edge-like here, very Edge-like on how she cashed this thing in. She immediately gets Bianca Belair out of the picture, attacks her, throws her over the table, gives the briefcase to the ref and says, all right, I'm really going to cash it in. Nia Jax is laid out flat on her back, looking like she's unconscious. Tiffany says, hurry up, ring the damn bell. Hurry, hurry, hurry. So we hear the announcer quickly say, Tiffany Stratton is officially cashing in her Money in the Bank briefcase. And Tiffany's like, yeah, hurry up. And she's already up on the top rope ready to hit her moonsault. She did it as beautiful as ever. It was nice. It was great. It was her best ever. She lands it to perfection and quickly. 1, 2, 3. If this didn't kind of remind me of what Edge did when he cashed in on The Undertaker, after The Undertaker went through this brutal cage match with The Undertaker, with Batista, and then nobody, Undertaker gets the win because it ends in a draw, and Mark Henry comes out, attacks Undertaker, like, yeah, I'm back, ugh, and he takes The Undertaker out. And Edge comes out with that briefcase, and Michael Cole says, no, not like this. JBL even was like, oh, no, Edge. And he done it. And then JBL immediately was on board like, it was brilliant. It was brilliant. That's what that was what Tiffany Stratton did last night. Getting Bianca to help her enough, because Nia Jax is a big girl. How could she do this on her own? And it's like it took her months to figure out how she would do it. And so she did a little bit. She got Bianca to help her a little bit, not knowing she was helping her. Bianca don't know what the hell's going on. She's just trying to take up for her girl Naomi. At the end of the day, Tiffany Stratton gets all the help she needs. A little bit from herself, a little bit from Bianca, a little bit from Naomi. She gets the win. And she's the new Money in the Bank. She's the new women's WWE champion. They finally ended. Everybody's happy it's done. People think that this was, stretched out a little too long. That's one of Triple H's biggest flaws to me, in my opinion, with his booking. He stretches things a little too much. But at the end of the day, hey, she won. She's the new champion. And something still for Nia. Nia has to get a rematch unless she's going to leave for a while. I think she comes right back pissed. She, beats her around. She's just a Barbie, right? Tiffany's just a little pretty Barbie doll. Who are you? Nia Jax is a monster. She's going to come back hot, pissed, better than ever, chasing to get her title back. Of course, she won't get it back. But I think this is where they're going to go with it. And I think that this has been long overdue. Tiffany and Nia Jax should have a rivalry. And the only thing is Tiffany needs an enforcer. She needs somebody to help her with Nia Jax. I don't think that she can do this on her own. But then again, since she's babyface, maybe she has to. Maybe somehow she just finds a way to come out with these wins. We know she can be very dirty. We know she can do a lot of underhanded things. She's done that to help Nia Jax continue to retain the women's championship for the months that she's had it. But that's the only thing that I can think of is like, okay, what are they going to do if Nia comes for her title, though? If she comes back for her, like, look what you did to me. You think you're going to get away with that? I don't think they let Nia Jax just go away quietly. She has to come back because of what has happened. And I think that that'll be a good rivalry. And eventually they will put this to bed, though. We know Tiffany Stratton's not about to lose anytime soon. And if she's going to lose it, then it's going to be the Charlotte Flair. That's the rumors. She's coming back. We could see her at the Rumble. We could see her as early as Monday night as Raw debuts on Netflix. And that's the rumor that we're going to have Charlotte Flair and Tiffany Stratton for WrestleMania. I don't know how true that is, but if so, well, Tiffany Stratton's already the champion, so we'll see how that goes. We'll see the return from Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch at some point, and that's that. And again, as that show went on, that was the best part of SmackDown to me. After that, though, we got the main event, which was pretty stale to me and predictable. It was the Usos, Jimmy and Jey Uso, and Sami Zayn as they took on the New Bloodline. And the New Bloodline won, of course. In my opinion, that's to get us to believe that Solo could actually win Tribal Comeback on Monday Night Raw, which he won't. But yeah, Solo had to win this match. And so, well, the Bloodline had to win this match, the New Bloodline, and they done it. And yeah, but that was it. Shout out to SmackDown and the WWE, though, the creative team, because even though we know Tiffany Stratton winning the championship after cashing in her Money in the Bank could have very well been the main event, aren't we kind of glad that it wasn't? Because if it was the main event, we would have knew what was going to happen. So they kind of let that be toward the end of the show, but not the main event. Because if we had it the main event, we would have knew. So kudos to the creative team on that part. If it was the main event, we would have knew. Having Solo, having the New Bloodline against the, the Usos and Sami Zayn, we didn't think anything of Naomi versus Nia Jax, other than it's a filler. Naomi's not going to win, of course. Nia Jax will retain, which she did. But we didn't know that this was the night Tiffy would actually cash in, and she did. So I thought it was a great show overall. Nothing to complain about. Pretty good show. They're trying to make the tag team titles more important. If they could do that on the women's side too, it'd be great. But right now, where is Naomi and Bianca going from here? Maybe we find out now that Naomi had her title shot and lost it. I hope they do something good for Naomi too here in the foreseeable future, because honestly, she's been doing great since she returned. And keep in mind, she was a TNA Women's Champion. So you can't leave TNA as the Women's Champion and come back to WWE and just kind of be a jobber. Some nights. Some nights she wins, and then it leads to what happened last night on SmackDown, and no one took it seriously that she was going to win that title when she did not. So I think at some point, they should give her a moment. She should be a World Women's Champion at some point here. But again, that was the thing of the night. That was the major, that was the biggest part of the show for me of the night, was Tiffany Stratton cashing in the Money in the Bank. She is now the new Women's Champion and the WWE Women's Champion. And congratulations to Tiffany Stratton. She deserves it. It's time. It was time. It's been time. And I don't have a problem with how they had her looking during the whole time. She was the sidekick. So she's not supposed to look dominant over the big Nia Jax, who's Queen Nia Jax, and the WWE Women's Champion. I think they did it okay. Maybe a little too long, but it's fine. You know what this means, though, right? Tiffany Stratton is the new champion. You know Rhea Ripley is about to be the new World Women's Champion over there on the Raw side. That's probably going to happen on Netflix more than likely. And I don't like that, but it is what it is. Rhea will be the champion. And Liv Morgan's reign is about to come to an end also, too. Pretty sure it's going to be on Monday night. But that's all I got. That was the review of Smackdown. It was good. I'm about to watch some NFL football. Get ready for the Ravens and Browns later this afternoon. The Bengals at the Steelers this evening. Tonight, that'll be good. The AFC North will be pretty much everything that we need to know about the AFC North will be official after today. After tonight, we will know who the AFC North champions will be. College football, that was good also all these past few days here. We've got Notre Dame advancing to play Penn State, and we've got Texas, who's going to be playing. Who is Texas going to be playing? Ohio State. This is the finals, pretty much, final round, and the winner of those two games is the championship game, the national championship, which I pretty much think Ohio State will drag Texas, and then it's who you got between Notre Dame and Penn State, and Notre Dame is pretty hot right now, so it's kind of hard to go against them. We may have an Ohio State versus Notre Dame championship match, but then again, Ohio State versus Penn State isn't bad either. James Franklin and that fan base is pretty large, pretty big too. So it'll be interesting to see. But shout out to Notre Dame because I like what I've been seeing from them. And Ohio State, man, Ryan Day getting fired, my ass. I'll talk about all of those games, predict who I think will win those games in the NFL Week 18 as they end the season. I'll give you all of that on a Monday when I come back in, or probably late Sunday night. But on a Monday, you will get that episode. Until then, I'm gone. We will review Monday Night Raw, also Netflix, immediately after the show. So, yeah, I've got some busy nights coming up here. But new year, hopefully some new wrestling content, some new stories, and, you know, just hopefully they keep it going. I think we're in for a good year in wrestling, though. I really do. And I do think The Rock shows up on Monday on Raw, on Netflix. I would be surprised if he didn't. And I think whether they're throwing you off to make you think he won't show up is because Solo and Roman, that tribal combat match, is not the main event. And it's probably going to open the show. You know, we know Punk and Rollins is the main event. So, yeah, I still think we see The Rock. And I think after the Ula Fala is placed around Roman Reigns' neck, that's when we hear the final boss's music. And that's when he probably lets it be known that if they're going Rock Roman, that I've got a problem with you. Here you are teaming up with Punk and Cody and all these people. But if it's Cody Rock, I can still see Rock showing up. Possibly being the reason why Solo keeps the Ula Fala. Or, and I'm not sure. But I still expect to see The Rock there. And I think he's kind of been advertised in these trailers. We know Cena will be there. The road to his final retirement tour begins Monday night. So that's it. That's all I have. Thank you for listening. If you were on YouTube watching me, thank you for watching. And you all that listen to me on this show can go back and watch me on YouTube. Watch this show, this episode, if you want to. Again, the Great Debate Show is available wherever you get your podcast. Hit the follow or subscribe button to be notified each and every time a new episode is up. And I'm going to get out of here. Happy New Year again. This is the first Great Debate Show episode of 2025. Hope you enjoyed. Till the next time, peace. And y'all be safe out there.